Hey guys, today we are gonna be trimming a brisket, and this is beginner style. I'm not a pro at this, but I'm gonna show you how I was taught on how to trim a brisket to get it ready to go on your smoker. So, what we have here is this is about a 16-pound brisket that I got here at the local grocery store at HEB. It's full packer. It needs some work, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through everything that we need to do today to get some of this really dense fat off of there, trim it up, make it really pretty, and get it ready to go on the smoker. So the first thing I like to do is, whenever I take it out of the package, is dry it off really good. You know, get some of that moisture off of it. Makes it a little easier to slice up. Get this bad boy up here. Look at that. It's a nice piece of brisket right here. So you see a lot of this fat and stuff that we need to clean off. I know if you're a beginner and you got a smoker for Father's Day, happy Father's Day to you. And the first thing that most guys want to do is throw a brisket on the smoker. Hands down, every time they want to throw a brisket on the smoker. So, like I said, this is a beginner's video, and we're gonna get, like, you see all this fat like right here, we're gonna trim all of this off. Show you, we're gonna talk about the grain, and whenever you slice it up, to slice against the grain, not with the grain. And then there's a big piece of fat right here. It's really hard, and we're gonna dig that out of there today. So we are going to dry this thing off. Get some paper towels, just dry it off like that. Flip it over, dry it off. We're gonna talk about the back of this too, because you see a lot of fat on here. You're gonna be like, do I have to cut all that off? No, you don't. Just trim it down a little bit, because you want some fat on a brisket. All right, so now that we have this here, we get our knife and we just start trimming away, like so. And you're gonna trim quite a bit off of this. This is a 16-pounder, so by the time we're done trimming, we're gonna trim, I've trimmed up to 4 or 5 pounds off before. And this is a tedious process, it's kind of slow. I really enjoy it. The best part about brisket to me is the prep. I really enjoy prepping these things. For the sake of time, you're not gonna watch me trim this whole thing, but just to kind of show you what we're doing here, we're gonna trim all this up really good. Every time I come out here, someone starts mowing. Trim it all up. Trim it to your liking. If you want to leave it on there, leave it on there. I like to trim all this down really nice. So, okay, I'm gonna trim this up some more, but we're gonna get back to this in a second. First, I'm gonna talk about this piece right here. There's a big hunk of hard fat right here. So we're gonna get down in there and get that out of there. I don't want to make this video could go on forever, just because you can sit here and just trim and trim and trim and trim and trim, and you'll never stop trimming. But back to this, trim this down as clean as you want it. That's the key here. This right here, you want to get all this hard fat out of there. This stuff is not going to render down. It's just going to be nasty. A lot prettier just for sake of time, but okay. So once you clean all this out as much as you want, what I like to do is we're going to clean these sides up. Just take that right off of there. Clean that up. This edge here. And there's a big piece of fat right here on this side here. Now every brisket's different. Every cow had a different life. You know, it's just every piece is different. So every piece is not gonna look like this. This is just to give you a general idea. All right, so that's a general idea of what you want to do on this side here. So, oh, one more thing. You got to look at the grain. You see the grain is going this way here, right? So after you season this, you're not going to be able to see the grain because the seasoning is going to be covering everything. So what you want to do, because you want to cut against the grain whenever you're slicing this, is cut off the corner here like this. Get a little slice right there. And I did it on this side too, so let's make it a little bigger. So cut the corner off right there, so that way you know after it's done which way you need to cut, okay? So that's the top side. Back side, we got a lot of fat here. This is pretty thick. You want to leave about a 1/4 inch across the back. Just leave a little bit of that fat cap. But you come in here and just slice some of that off of there. This is how we slice for burn-ins. So right here, whoops, right here we have the point and the flat. Right in between here, you see that layer of fat right there? You can't see that. Right in between the point and the flat, you have this layer right through here. So you want to cut, you want to trim all the way down here, and you want to make that flap. So when you make that flap at 190, when you pull it off, you cut off the point, and there's your burn ends, you cube them up, do your thing, and then you put the flat back on. So we're going to get right in here. We are going to make this flat. Now you have your flat and your point. I should have trimmed down a little bit further. But once you have this, when you do your season, you season this side, get all in here, both sides, and whenever you're smoking this and you get to 190, pull it off, cut the point off, put the flat back on till you get about 205, 203 to 205. Take this point, cube it up, put it back into a pan, put some more seasoning, barbecue sauce on it, and put it back on the smoker for another, I believe it's a couple hours. So, all right guys, I finished trimming it up about as good as I'm gonna get it right now. And as you can see, you know, the top is, there's some stuff on there. How tedious you wanna get with it, that's completely up to you. But I trimmed all of the sides off here. I got some cleaning up. I still have a little cleaning up to do, but this gives you a general idea on trimming this up for your smoker. Let me show you how much we took off. That's a lot of fat. That's at least 5 pounds. So I hope this video was informative to you, and I hope it helped a lot of the guys out there who are getting smokers for Father's Day, and you want to cook a brisket for the first time, and you don't know where to start. This is where I started. Trim it up, have fun trimming it up, take your time, get it to where you want it, season it really good, and have a happy Father's Day.